how you doing today? Trust you're good. Trust everything is going well for you. Today, we're going to be talking about the biggest thing that holds you back from success. Biggest thing that holds you back from success. Like, this thing is so powerful. It can stop you from getting to where you want to get to. It can stop you from achieving a lot. It can keep you on a spot. This thing is called fear. To me, fear is just thinking of what will happen. It hasn't occurred yet. It is just thinking, imagining of what will happen. You shouldn't think of entertaining fear. The more you entertain fear, the more it keeps you on a spot. The more delays come to you. It's just like holding back unforgiveness. You know, the more you hold back to things, the more you are not free. It's best to let fear go. Fear is something we should not bother to entertain. It is not part of the things we should entertain and celebrate in our lives, because that little thing you call fear, it is a lot. It's a huge hindrance. It's a huge delay. It's a huge setback for us. Don't entertain fear. I'm going to be sharing with you the things, those fear that is actually a big hindrance, that is holding us back from succeeding. I'm also going to give you how to overcome it. I have these things packed for you. So just stay with me. If you're enjoying this conversation already, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment and let me know what you think about this video. And more lastly, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Here in this channel, I'm Mesoma Kiyoyo. One of the things holding you from succeeding is fear of failing again. Of course, nobody likes failure. Nobody likes failure. Failure is the last thing we ever desired in our lives. But let me tell you the truth, that failure is the best way to keep on going. Failure is the best lesson to learn to keep on going. When you don't fail, you feel like that you're perfect. I need to let you know that we are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Our failure is those things we need to pay attention to, that we need to grow with. Failing helps us to grow. Failing helps us to succeed. Failing helps us to make life better. So I don't see the reason why someone should hate failure. Yes, failure is very embarrassing. Failure is very, very embarrassing. But I need to tell you that you need to face it and rise. Face failure and rise. Nobody is perfect on earth. Nobody is perfect. We learn every day. We make mistakes every day. Yes, we do make mistakes. Just the little things, we make mistakes every day. I'll tell you something that I once had experience on. Okay, before using this hashtag, I once didn't know the actual meaning of using hashtags. Like, when I was asked to read a statement, so I saw hashtag 1. So I was just paused. I was just looking at it. You can imagine. I was just paused. So at that moment, I don't know, several thoughts came up. I was seeing that hashtag as something I've never seen before. Like, I've never seen before. So after that incident, I was corrected. Oh, this means number 1, right? Number 1. So after that incident, I went back. I just researched more on hashtags, stuff like that, and I got it good. I know saying this is just quite embarrassing, but let me tell you, it's something I'm proud of. I am happy that I make mistakes. I am so happy, no matter how little it is. I am happy because one thing I love about me is I learned so much from my mistakes. So failing again is something we should embrace instead of regretting, instead of being frustrated about, instead of giving up on. Fail again and again. The man that invented this bulb, he failed like 1,000 times. Hello, not 1, not 2, not 3, 1,000 times before he got this bulb for us. You can imagine. And when he gave up, I don't know what this word will be. I don't know what it will look like. Number 2 is starting all over again. Starting all over again is quite stressful. We don't want to start all over again in a broken relationship. We don't want to start all over again in academic failure. We don't want to start all over again in disappointment. So starting all over again is a stress. It's a huge stress that nobody wants to go through. When we started, it took a lot of time. It took energy to start. It took a lot of thinking to start. It took a lot of work starting. But I need to tell you that starting all over again, you're not starting from the scratch, but you're actually starting from experience. Yes, you're starting from experience that will help you, that will make the whole thing easier for you. Starting from experience is very, very good. Yeah, I know, starting from, when it comes to relationship as well, starting over from dating and all that, it is stressful, right? But right now, you're going to make your next relationship easier, because during the relationship that broke down, you've observed, you've observed what wasn't working. You observe how you've been treated. You observe what came out of the relationship. So right now, you're not starting from scratch, but you're starting from experience. Your next relationship won't be as difficult as the first one, because you are working this one through with experience. You will easily spot out what is not working for you, what you don't want in this relationship. I'm here to tell you that it is good, it is best to start all over again. I'll tell you something with my handwriting. Like, not a good student when it comes to handwriting. Back then, my handwriting was really, really bad. It was really rough. Like, it was so rough that I can't lend my notes out. Like, I can't lend my notes out, because I know within myself that this handwriting is not good at all. I don't even need someone to tell me. Although several people told me about it, your handwriting is rough. Why is it like this now? I don't understand. I felt bad. I was like, leave me alone. I can't do anything right now. Just leave me alone. So, but as time goes on, I began to, have a second thought about it, because I myself, I wasn't really enjoying it, because when reading, when reading what I wrote, I can't even read it out really clear. I took the courage to start from experience. I began to write back alphabets like A to Z, knowing your flick and your curves, all those things. I began to do that. Something good happened at the end of everything. It came out good. Like, if you see my handwriting now and see the previous one, you will see a lot different. So that helped me. I never felt bad. Right now, I'm feeling so good. That is what I'm saying. It is always good to start all over again. Start all over again. No matter how difficult it is, start all over again. The third one is what they will say. We are always consumed with this mindset of working with people's opinion. No, we shouldn't have the fear of that. Be you and people will adjust. Yes. Be you and they will adjust. When you're thinking of what people will say, you're trying to satisfy somebody, you're trying to fit into a group, you're trying to, belong. You can never get, you at that point in time, you're never knowing who you are. You can never get the exact person you are. Because let me tell you the truth, a lot of people have gotten it wrong working with what people will say. Their life has been totally in a mess. You're not encouraging yourself to stand out. You're not encouraging yourself to become. Rather, you are diminishing yourself. You are subjugating yourself under someone, and which is very, very bad. That is not a good thing to do. Don't think of that. Live your life. Those things will hinder you, because the more you are trying to, fit into someone's opinion, you are not bringing out the best in you, it will hinder you from making success in life. It will hinder you from making progress. It will only keep you on a spot under those people. Don't let them feel controlled over you. Don't let their own decision to be more superior to yours. Be you, and others will adjust. It's what you put out there that people will see you as. If you put yourself as a weak vessel, they will see you and use you as a weak vessel. But if you see yourself as a superior vessel, they will definitely treat you better and fit into your superior vessel. So it's best never to think of what people will say. Don't think of that. That mindset will keep you on a spot. It will keep you on a spot. It's good to get advice from people. It's good to to sometimes work with people's opinion when you feel is right, but don't let it seem as though these people is controlling you. Don't let it seem that they have total control over your life, over everything you do. You are not going anywhere with that kind of mindset. You're on a spot at that moment in time. Your life is being delayed by so many things you can do out there, by so many things you can give out there. So it's best never to let other people's opinions subjugate you, who you are. It's best to spread out, take advice from people. Take what is working for you from people. Let me even put it that way. Because sometimes advice from people are not really something that is working for you. The fourth one is the fear of rejection. Yeah, nobody wants to be rejected. Everyone wants to feel belong. Everyone wants to feel loved. Everyone wants to feel involved. It's fine. It's good. We're all humans. That is our emotion telling us that. It is okay whenever you are being rejected from something you did. It's okay to feel the way your thoughts, your emotion wants you to feel at that moment, but don't let that feeling stay too long. That is a fear that is stopping you from evolving, from doing something extraordinary. It is the fear that is trying to hold you back. You can never be accepted. Have that in your subconscious mind, that you can never be accepted by everybody. You can never be accepted. Not everybody will see the potentials you put out there. Not everybody will accept the things you put out there. It is okay to be rejected. You need to work on it. Just know that those are the areas you've not really paid so much attention to. So you need to work on it. Sometimes let me just tell you, it's just best to have someone who tells you all these things, because they are the things that will make you better tomorrow. If you are not correct, if you don't accept the fact that, oh, I'm not good at this, okay, fine, I'm not good at this, but I'm going to work on it. Don't have the fear of rejection. The fifth one is fear of evolving. That is fear of change. Some of us, the word change is like poisoning the mind. We don't want to hear that. We want to be where we used to be. Those things are no longer working. Where you used to be are no longer working. It's where you should be that is working. Technology is taking all over the world. We should not think of where our forefathers left us, because those things are not what we are seeing now. What they had at that time is not what we are using right now. So some people have this fear of change. Where we've been, we are so comfortable with it that we don't want to do anything. We just want to remain in that spot. We just want to, stay there because we feel that this is the only thing working. It is not the only thing working. The little change, that is the little extra which you can add to a business, you can add to a family, can spike and trigger and change everything about that business, about that family, and about whatever you add those little extra into. It is good to seek for change. Look for what is working now. Look for what is working, because our tastes As time goes on, our taste changes. What we want at this time, at this very moment, will be different from what we want in the next 5 years. Our taste change over time. We should not remain at the same spot. It is not the best way of life. The best way of life is looking for that little extra. What can you add up to this business? What can you add up to this family? What can you add up to this academic? What can you add up to this relationship that will work, that will make a difference? It is different, just little different. That is just little, that little extra is something some of us don't want to embrace, which is not quite good. We need to start having this mindset of things are changing. We should follow the things and change to make more, when it comes to business, to make more profits. We should follow, as things are changing, we should follow it and change. Everything is totally changing. So it's best to seek for change. Change is good. Evolving is good. You can't even imagine what you will do when you just add that little extra in your business. You can't imagine what you do just when you add that little extra in your marriage. You can't imagine what you would do when you add the little extra in your academics. So it's always good to seek for just that little extra. Look for what is working. Look for how it is working. Look for why it is working. In that way, you can be able to implement it in your own life, in your business, in your family, or in your marriage. So it's best to look for just that little extra. Look for little extra and everything will work out perfectly well for you. We've come to the end of this episode. Our next episode is how to overcome fear. There are a couple of questions I would like you to ask yourself when it comes to fear. The fears that hold you back from success, those are the ones I'm talking about. Number one question I would like you to ask yourself is, why am I afraid of this? Why am I afraid of this? Why are you afraid? Think of what is making you to be afraid of it. Why am I afraid of it? The next question is, who will benefit from this and who will lose in this? These are the few questions I would like you to ask yourself before you start thinking of entertaining fear. Ask yourself these questions. Why am I afraid of doing this? Why are you afraid of starting all over again? Why are you afraid of what they will say? Why are you afraid of rejection? Why are you afraid of failing again? Why are you afraid of letting go? So it's best to ask yourself all these questions because it will help you in your next decision which you will make. It will definitely help you. I hope you've enjoyed this video so far, and I hope this video is leaving you with a lot and different and new idea to face your fears. Thank you for watching.